Once upon a time, the president of the moon was getting married. It was a very exciting occasion, of course. Weddings are already quite festive occasions, but when it's a head of state, and especially one as beloved as the president of the moon, you can imagine that it was the social event of the year, if not of the decade. Right away at the very beginning of the wedding planning, the president of the moon had already decided that her wedding would not be an exclusive one. This was a situation in which the relatively low population of the moon was a boon, a moon boon, if you will. And the president of the moon would, and did, accept this moon boon. You would not need to belong to any social elite, any private club, any privileged class. All would be welcome at this wedding. For this wedding was to be a celebration not just of her union, but of the moon's unity. For it had been quite a tumultuous few years for the moon. Although they enjoyed quite a stable peace now, you did not have to go very far back in their memories to remember when the moon was divided, split, imbalances in society, and wealth and power had created intense dependence of some classes and others, which then led to intense resentment of those classes towards others. The light side and the dark side were not the divisions you would think they were, although they were one of the many environmental challenges of living on the moon that contributed to the social unrest. The relevance of each of these things were difficult to estimate, but everyone knew that these were very specific moon problems, and very specific moon problems would need very specific moon solutions. And this is where the president of the moon had found her calling. Initially not a politician, she had begun thorough investigations into suspected corruption and wrongdoing among the previous elite of the moon. This investigation had led to a certain amount of fame, which led to a certain amount of prestige, which led to a certain amount of power, which then led to certain investigations into her. But she was prepared for that. She was not frightened. She had nothing to hide. She was, in truth, truly the brave crusader for justice that she appeared to be. And once the people of the moon realized this, they swiftly rallied behind her. And the whole time, everyone knew that as brave and smart and resourceful as the president of the moon was, she could never have done what she did without her loving girlfriend, then fiancé, soon to be wife. Their pure and simple love gave both of them such strength, and they led with that strength. They led from a place of love and unity. And this is why the people of the moon were so excited for the wedding. Even though, in order to keep the costs low on the taxpayer, all of the tableware would be made out of plastic, it was still sure to be an amazing time. The end.